Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another video. Let's jump right into it. NYX primer, and I'm gonna take my Peter primer. These two today. Let's just talk. It's just to get ready with me for work. Today is a Wednesday, which is the day before the 4th. So we get a little end of the week kind of break, which y'all know I love a good long weekend. Anytime I could get a long weekend, I like it. And Mama like me to have long weekends too, because she always finds something for me to do during my long weekend. Okay, this is a really good primer. I try not to use too much of it because it's on the pricier side. I got it when Ulta was having a sale, and I try not to use that every day, but I would if it wasn't so pricey. I'll rub that in and let that I'm gonna put this over my eyebrows too because it's kind of like a little mattifying, but not a lot. So that way my eyebrows can be slicked down just a little bit. So my friend and I were talking because they had the BET Awards, so the aftermath of the BET Awards. We were talking about it, and Taraji was giving out roses to people in the audience, right? So she mistakenly messed up Keith Lee, which is a food critic, with another kind of content creator. I don't know his name, but I can see his videos, but I really can't, tell exactly what he does in his videos. I know him if I see him. Anyway, so she got the two confused, and she thought the other guy was Keith, and she really didn't know. It was kind of like on your toes type of moment. And at the next day or that night or whatever, he did a Instagram or TikTok or whatever it is, y'all know I know that, and dropped the rose saying that their name, which means him and his wife, would be included in rooms with no confusion, no mistakenness, no like basically saying in his time at the right time his name would be known. God is the greatest. And the minute I read it, I'm like, that doesn't come off as Christian like. The minute I read it, I'm like, that doesn't come off as Christ like. You know what I mean? It came off as I'm mad. And we as humans, we get angry, we get mad for different situations. That's just a natural, you're human, you're going to get mad. The problem I had with that statement was it's okay to be mad because that's what you do. You be mad, da 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 da. He threw God in at the end, like, oh, God is the greatest. Like he was doing this from a respectful, or he was doing this from a good place, and it didn't come from a good place. It didn't come from a good place at all. And I'm like, oh, it's just a blessing for you to be at the BET Awards. And he came back and since did, let me do an eyebrows if I be late. He came back and did an apology saying, he wasn't angry with Taraji. He understood that production, meaning YouTube somewhere, not YouTube, BET dropped the ball somewhere, and he wasn't angry at Taraji. Him and his wife were sitting in one seat, and BET asked him to move to another seat so that Taraji can give him the rose or whatever. Well, that was your if you didn't want to do it, because he said his social anxiety, like he was trying to beat out his social anxiety. So this was a big move for him to even be in a crowd like that, blah 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 blah. And well, if you didn't feel at that time it wasn't time for you to get a rose, then it would have not hurt for you to tell production BET that no, you don't feel like this is your year. I'm cool. Just give it to somebody else. It wouldn't have hurt for you to not even move. And then he threw in social anxiety, but you didn't have social anxiety when you did that post about dropping the rose, being disrespectful, and saying what you were saying, you know? So it wasn't no social anxiety in that moment. And I don't know, it's just, I don't know. It just didn't sit right with me. And a lot of people take his advice as far as restaurants go, and he makes businesses that people did not know were good really get a little bit of business. You know what I mean? So if that's what he does, you know you can't breathe on your eyebrows. But they'll be huge. I had to call that one out today. So, I don't know. Something about that just did not fare well for, what do you call it? It didn't agree with me at all. I'm not a big restaurant foodie type person, so I don't really watch his content like that. If it comes across my feed, like I'm not subscribed to him or anything, but like if it comes across my feed, you know, I'll watch it. And I don't know. I don't know. That right there just, and I always say, and I was saying, because then once my mind gets on something, then I have to really like think about it, and I'm thinking about it, and I'm thinking about it. And you know, you have to be really, really, really conscious of false prophets. You have to be. Because anybody can throw God is the greatest, God did this, God do that. You can say anything, but your actions, your reactions, your manner, your your everything will reflect different. Because you know, people can only hide who they are for so long. And not to say that he's not a Christian and he doesn't believe in God, da 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 da. But I felt like even the apology was a explanation behind it, and instead of just saying, I'm sorry, I apologize, that was totally me. You made an excuse for it, or I don't feel like he held himself accountable for what he said and how he said it. So I guess maybe that's maybe what my issue is. I don't know. No. And then it probably take like a one or two times for somebody to do something that doesn't sit well with me, for me to be like, And you know, everybody is not for everybody, and that's okay. You know, you're just not gonna be like, oh, I agree with everybody. My spirit agrees with everybody. No, everybody is not for everybody. And I text my friend. I'm like, how you feel about it? She was like, something it just wasn't never right with him, with her. And I was like, well, I thought I was the only one who kind of felt that way. It's just something that was always there. And true, I don't know, you can watch someone's content, you pull energy from them, even if I'm just watching some random thing, because you're thinking about it, you're looking at it, you're observing it, you're taking it all in, and it just never was right. I don't know. I don't know. And it's so crazy, like, cause nowadays, like in the US, everybody gets a big name. Like everybody gets a big name real fast. And it's like, what do they do? So, they're just famous now. Like, what do they do? They're just famous now. All right, I think I'm just going to do concealer today. It's a lightweight day today because I'm talking and I got to get out the door. So let me get some concealer. Probably end up getting my Lancome, but okay. Let me throw on some lip gloss. Yeah, I try to be really mindful on how I treat people. Even if my spirit doesn't agree with them, I'm never going to be like nasty or disrespectful or any of that. I try to be, very mindful on how I treat people and what I say because the tongue carries a lot of weight. I'm going to take $4.95 in Lancome, the spot conceal. Yeah, the tongue carries a lot of weight. So be very mindful of what you say, how you say, when you say. Never say never. You know what I mean? Like, never say never. And nowadays, it's just that sense of wanting to be famous that I call it like it's almost literally like a disease. So the need to be popular, the need to be famous, the need to be known. No, it used to be a time where people didn't want to be known. People didn't want you to know them. They didn't want to need you to know their phone number. They didn't need you to know their address. They didn't need you to know nothing. But nowadays, it's like people go out of their way to do things so that people pay attention to them. It's like, wow. There's a little light layer of concealer, y'all. Then I'm going to take 460. Same concealer, but 460 to give me a little light, subtle highlight. I should have taken, what do you call that thing? 435. That's 495. That's 460. I don't know where 435 is. Am I light enough? I think I'm light enough. I'm okay. I'm going to set that in a minute. I'm going to spray my face. Take my Makeup Forever NY505, the old one. And that's what I'm going to use for, a little bit more coverage. And I wet my face first because that allows the powder to have a little bit more coverage and don't look cakey. And natural, because you know how powder sometimes can get a little crazy. Okay, and then take a little bit of my SACHA BUTTERCUP, very little bit. Just already got a little powder up under there. Just to give me a little more brightness, really. And scraping that little top before it's time for me to shake out some more. Alright, be back. Okay, I'm going to take the light shade from my One Size bronzer. Bronzer, top shade. That's all you need. And then take the middle shade as a eyeshadow. Yeah, I know the drill. When in a rush, do something so simple. On a fluffy brush and just pop it on there. Take my finger, this Glow Envy by LA Girl. Take my finger, that light green shade. Just to give some razzle dazzle. Not a lot. Did it get some? Yeah, I guess so. Might need to take a little brush though. Yeah, just a little razzle dazzle. Get out the edges. That's enough. I'm gonna pop on some lashes. I'm not even gonna do liner. Cause this into the eyes, just a little something on there. I already had my. I have to see which lash go on what eye, cause I mess around sometimes. I put them on backwards. So, I don't want to stick. Not today. Go in the corner. I usually put it on my lash line, the glue. I didn't put none down there today, thinking, oh no, it's on there. I just was putting it on wrong. All right. The lashes can easily transform a everyday simple type look to a, it can just bring it up a notch. As you can see, the lashes make it look like I did a lot more with this eyeshadow than I really did. I'm gonna leave this same gloss on and take this matte lipstick by Makeup Revolution. And I don't know what shade this is. Something that came in a kit. Mm-hmm. Look, I got a little gloss all around my mouth, but I gotta wait. and I'll be back. All right, guys, we have a quick, a very quick, everyday type look, chit chat, get ready with me. Just something, I, for my go-to in a rush, I throw on a brown eyeshadow bronzer and maybe take my finger and just pop a little glitter shade on it, and I'm good to go. And this was the look I was able to achieve. It was just more so just a chit chat with you guys. It's okay. I guess I don't know. I'm still trying to process process his post and everything. I don't know why that thing sits heavy on my spirit like that. I don't know why. Maybe because I just don't like for people to, I feel like, he had so much a big following that when he said that, people automatically thought Taraji was in the wrong and started to feel some way towards her. So it kind of like, I just didn't like it. Anyway, I'm out of here. I'm going to work. If you enjoyed today's video, as always, just drop down in the comments and let me know your thoughts and opinion. It's always good to have a conversation to get different opinions. And I'm going to catch y'all later. Peace out. Bye, y'all.